Right, so let's ruffle a few feathers. This might actually be quite beneficial towards fat loss. Now, there's going to be a lot of fitness knobheads commenting on this video or saying to themselves, I can't believe he's promoting chocolate. Chocolate's not good for fat loss. It's high in calories. Fuck off. And just listen to my case. So when people try to lose weight, obviously we should all know, create a calorie deficit. Fuck me, deja vu. In order to create a calorie deficit, you need to reduce the amount of calories that you're intaking. And the most efficient way of reducing the amount of calories that you're intaking is by potentially looking at getting rid of the foods which contain the most calories but limited amount of volume or nutrients. And most of the time people look towards things such as chocolate or cake or crisps or anything that they enjoy eating in moderation to completely eliminate from their diet in order to cause this. But that's the issue, because sure, if you literally just had a diet that was full of whole foods, satiating foods, nutrient dense foods, and every other kind of stereotypical food that you think of when you think weight loss, you will most probably lose weight, provided you're creating a calorie deficit. But for the majority of people, such as, for example, Sally from Derby, restricting foods such as chocolate, such as crisps, such as this, and this, might not be ideal. I mean, think about it. Once again, using Sally from Derby, bless her heart, who wants to lose a bit of weight. She's most probably gone an extended amount of time, a few years in fact, eating to her heart's content, not really doing much about it, not really looking at nutrition in any other way other than, that's tasty, let's eat it. So taking her from this point to a point in which she now needs to get rid of all of these foods, it's not really going to work out well. She's most likely not going to be able to stick to her diet for a long enough period of time to actually start noticing results, because the shift is too large. The shift is massive. Going from eating all the chocolate in the world to no chocolate at all, she isn't going to know what's hit her, to be honest with you. However, there's a little technique that I like to use with my team in order to help them stick to their diet a little bit more, and that is by implementing such things as chocolate, cake, ice cream, or anything that they really desire. If you literally conserve about 100 to 200 calories every single day for the sole intention of using them calories on, for example, a chocolate bar or some cake or some ice cream at the end of the day, then because you've conserved these calories and you've still stayed within your calorie target, you aren't going to lose any progress. And in actual fact, by expansion, you're going to continue to lose fat. And the nice thing is, because you're using these calories on a food which you actually enjoy eating, which tastes nice, and which obviously you have desire to eat, you're going to feel happier because of it. I mean, imagine losing fat whilst restricting all of your favourite foods, or losing fat whilst still eating chocolate or ice cream or crisps at some point during the day. Which one sounds more ideal to you? If you're anything like me, it's most probably the latter. So Sally from Derby is going to be obviously creating a calorie deficit all out through the day, conserving 100 to 200 calories for her favourite foods later at night every single day, which means that she's not going to be restricting her foods. There's a much lower chance of over consuming this food because she's actually allowing herself to eat it and actually putting in place and planning on eating it later at night. And therefore, because she's actually enjoying her diet more, because she's actually eating the foods that she wants to eat rather than foods that she feels like she has to eat, she's going to be able to stick to her diet a hell of a lot longer, not fall off track, and therefore start seeing results of her fat loss. Because the majority of people who don't lose weight whilst being on a diet which creates a calorie deficit doesn't come down to the fact that a calorie deficit doesn't work for them. It comes down to the fact that they're not adhering to it for long enough. So if you actually help yourself adhere to your diet a little bit more without restricting your favourite foods, without sacrificing the foods that you like to eat, such as chocolate, cake, etc., then you're going to find it way easier to adhere to that diet and therefore notice results more so, especially in the long term. So in actual fact, this, as well as the other foods which I mentioned, based on that logic, might actually be quite beneficial towards fat loss, because this might actually be the one thing that's allowing Sally from Derby to stick to her diet and stick to her fat loss progress. This might be the sole variable which is causing her to lose weight. Sure, this isn't beneficial towards fat loss in the fact that it's low in calories, high in nutrients and fills you up, but it is valuable towards fat loss in the fact that it's actually allowing her to stick to her diet for longer. And that is my case as to why this might actually be quite beneficial towards fat loss, despite the fact you might hear different from a whole range of different fitness coaches or wankers. So yeah, chocolate could be good for fat loss. If you like this video, make sure that you're giving it a like. If you've got any questions, please feel free just to comment below. I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. And if you want to catch the next one, make sure that you're either following me or subscribed to me. Oh god, that's fucking good, that. I'll tell you what, Aldi is the fucking goat. Peace.